How you doing, and welcome to Neither Real Music. I'm Ed, and these are the basics. Today we're going to be looking at two versions of a B minor chord in second position, as well as a B Phrygian open scale. This is continuing our look into the key of G major. Let's take a look at our first B minor chord. This chord is going to use the first three strings of the guitar, and it's going to look like a set of stairs. So we're going to start with our first finger in our second fret of our first string, F sharp. Then we're going to move up a string and have our second finger in our third fret of our second string, D. And we're going to move up a string again and have our third finger in our fourth fret of our third string, B. So if we play those one at a time, we'll have the letters B, D, and F sharp. And when we strum them, they sound like this. I really like this stairs shape because as you learn more about chords and you learn how to put them in different spots on the guitar, you realize that this shape is movable. Now we're going to take a look at our second version of B minor, which is also considered a movable chord. This is a bar chord, so we're going to start with our first finger in our second fret of our fifth string, B. Now we're going to move down a string and we're going to have our third fret in our fourth. We're going to start with my first finger in my second fret of my fifth string, B. Now we're going to move down a string to F sharp, which is third finger in our fourth fret of our fourth string. After that, we're going to do another B, which is going to be my fourth finger in my fourth fret of my third string. Now we're going to use my second finger in my third fret of my second string, D. And last, the bar is going to play second fret of my first string, F sharp. So all those letters are B, F sharp, B, D, and F sharp. Now remember, when you have a bar, that you want to be able to have equal pressure across all of the strings and not have too much pressure on the top or on the bottom. When we strum it, it sounds like this. Remember that if you find yourself losing notes, it often has to do with the fact that your knuckles are underneath the fretboard of the guitar. Maybe your thumb has come over the top. So try to get those knuckles out in front and make sure your bar is nice and strong and straight. Now we're going to take a look at our B minor Phrygian scale in open position. First, we're going to start with B, second finger, second fret of the fifth string. C, third finger, third fret, fifth string. Move down a string. D, fourth string, no fingers. Next will be E, second finger, second fret, fourth string. Then F sharp, fourth finger, fourth fret, fourth string. Move down a string. G, third string, no fingers. Then A, second finger, second fret, third string. And last, down a string, second string, no fingers, B. Let's take a look at that one more time. B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, and B. Now let's take a look at that with some time and a tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. let's take a look at that with a tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to take a look at the B Phrygian scale descending. This is going to start with my second string, no fingers, B. Move up a string, second finger, second fret, third string, A. Third string, no fingers, G. Move up a string, fourth finger, fourth fret, fourth string, F sharp. Next would be E, second finger, second fret, fourth string. Then fourth string, no fingers, D. Move up a string, third finger, third fret, fifth string, C. And last, second finger, second fret, fifth string, B. Let's go through that one more time. B, A, G, F sharp, E, D, C, B. Now we're going to try that with a little time and a tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's look at that with a tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. This scale is also only one octave in open position. So now what we're going to do is practice ascending and descending through the whole B minor Phrygian scale in open position. So it's going to start on our second finger, second fret, B, and we're going to go through it. B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, B, A, G, F sharp, E, D, C, B. Now we're going to do that with some time and a tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's look at that with a tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. Learning scales this way might make things sound a little awkward. People have become so used to hearing your typical do, re, mi, or major version of the scale that when you start hearing the modal versions of scales, things tend to stand out and don't often sound like they should fit into something. But what's really nice is that when you learn these scales this way, you learn a diatonic version of the scale, and you learn a chord that corresponds to that scale. This way, when you see that chord in a song, you know a set of notes that ultimately will work with that chord, especially if you know the key. If you enjoy lessons like this, please remember to subscribe and ring the bell so you know when your next lesson comes. Each subscription helps tremendously. If you really enjoy lessons like this, please consider joining my Patreon, where I go into a lot more depth for concepts like this. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. I enjoy compliments, but questions let me know that you're working on these things. Good luck and good practice.